was as soon as we could do it in America. And we really wanted to do it with our closest friends and family here in the area. And, you know, it's been 4.5 months, and I don't really, it gets harder right now, you know, before it gets better, I think. And, you know, I engage in like magical thinking, like, you know, like I look at his picture every day, look at Eitan's picture on our dresser every day, and I think like he's going to walk in the door any moment, you know, and I'm sort of flooded with the memories of him laughing and making us happy and joyful. It's just still very unreal. It's unreal. So we wanted to do the unveiling before the winter set in. I think that was really important to us. And we're going to start with just some psukim, the same psukim we did at Shloshim, different people are reading. And then our friend and neighbor Eliezer Diamond is going to give it to our Torah.
And Marla will say that.
Yeah.
Marla will say. And Melanie, okay.
אשרי תמימי דרך ההולכים בתורת השם, אשרי נצרי עדותיו בכל לב ירשו, אף לא פעלו עלווה בדרכיו הלכו, עצה ציווית פקדותיך לשמור מאוד, אחרי יקוננו דרכי לשמור חוקיך, אז לא אבוש בהביטי אל כל מצוותיך, אותך ביושר לבב בלמדי משפטי צדקך, את חוקיך אשמור אל תעזבני עד מאוד.
Blessed are those whose way is blameless, who walk in the land of the Lord. Blessed are those who keep his testimonies, who seek him with their whole heart, who also do no wrong, but walk in his ways. You have commanded your precepts to be kept diligently, on that my ways may be steadfast in keeping your statutes. Then I shall not be put to shame, having my eyes fixed on all your commandments. I will praise you with an upright heart when I learn your righteous rules. I will keep your statutes. Do not utterly forsake me.
ידיך עשוני ויחונוני, הבינני ואלמדה מצוותיך. יראיך יראוני וישמחו כי לדבריך נחלתי. ידעתי אדוני כי צדק משפטיך ואמונה יינתני. יהי נא חסדך לרחמני כי אמרתך לעבדיך. ידעוני ירחמך ואחיה כי תורתך שעשועי. יבושו זדים כי שקר לבכוני, אני אשיח בפקודיך. שובו לי יראיך ויודעי עדותיך. יהי ליבי תמים בחוקיך למען לא אבוש.
Your hands have made and fashioned me. Give me understanding that I may learn your commandments. Those who fear you shall see me and rejoice, because I have hoped in your word. I know, O Lord, that your rules are righteous and that in faithfulness you have afflicted me. Let your steadfast love comfort me according to your promise to your servant. Let your mercy come to me that I may live, for your law is my delight. Let the insolent be put to shame, because they have wronged me with falsehood. As for me, I will meditate on your precepts. Let those who fear you turn to me, that they may know your testimonies. May my heart be blameless in your statutes, that I may not be put to shame.
תקרא ברנתי לפניך אדוני כי דבריך אבינני, תבוא תפילתי לפניך כי אמתך הצילני, תבוא שפתי תהילה כי תלמדני חוקיך, תאם לשוני אמתך כי כל מצוותיך צדק, כי ידך לעזרתי כי פקודיך בחרתי, ואהבתי לישועתך אדוני ותורתך שיושעי, תכי נפשי ותיאר לך ומשפטך יעזרני, והייתי כשה עובד מבקש עבדך כי מצוותך לא שכחתי.
Let my cry come before you, O Lord. Give me understanding according to your word. Let my plea come before you. Deliver me according to your word. My lips will pour forth praise, for you teach me your statutes. My tongue will sing of your word, all your commandments are right. Let your hand be ready to help me, for I have chosen your precepts. I long for your salvation, O Lord, and your law is my delight. Let my soul live and praise you, and let your rules help me. I have gone astray like a lost sheep. Seek your servant, for I do not forget your commandments.
נר לרגלי דבריך ואור לנתיבתי, נשבעתי ואקיימה, לשמור משפטי צדקך. נעניתי עד מאוד אדוני, חייני כדבריך. נדבות פי רצנה אדוני, ומשפטיך למדני. נפשי וכפי תמיד, בתורתך לא שכחתי. נתנו רשעים כך לי, ומפקודתך לא טעיתי. נחלתי עדותיך לעולם, כי ששון ליבי המה. נטיתי ליבי לעשות חוקיך לעולם עקב.
Your word is a lamp to my feet and the light to my path. I have sworn and life and confirmed it, and keep the righteous rules. I am severely afflicted. Give me life, O Lord, according to the word. Accept my free will offering of praise, O Lord, but teach me your rules. I hold my life in my hands continuously, but I do not forget your law. The wicked have laid in a snare for me, but I do not stray from the person. My testimony is the heritage forever, for they are the joy of my heart, and incline my heart to perform your status forever to me.
So, Eitan, I just want to say is that, this is a place of amazing peace, and I hope the place where you are is a place of peace and joy, but at the same time, it's so much not you. I mean, you were just always excitement, smiling, dancing, laughing, and we'll miss that. And I was thinking about how this week's Parsha begins by telling us the number of years that Sarah lived, 127 years. It says, those are the years of Sarah. And that's one way to think about a life. How many years was I here on this earth? Sarah had a good run. She had 127 years. And Eitan, you had a lot less, a lot few years than we all wish you had. Very much miss you, wish you were here. But I was also thinking about the fact that later it says that Abraham comes with Spodla Sarah V'Nivkotav to eulogize Sarah and to cry because he misses her. And really what we know about a person is not from how long they lived, but from how much they're missed. Because it tells you how much they brought into the world and brought into other people's lives. And I was thinking in particular about Shabbat. And maybe it's best summed up by your Shabbat outfit. I mean, even now, like when I dress down for Shabbat, I feel a little guilty because I see Eitan there in the suit and my shirt. And it doesn't matter what you were doing, Shabbat was Shabbat before that. And I think of you in shul, shuffling away, davening with such intensity and sincerity. And there are just so many things. I mean, we each have our own perspective. We each have our own experiences with Eitan in the different ways, the different kinds of connections that we all have with him and still have. We all miss you very, very much. And it's very sad for all of us that we had you with us for such a short time. It's also true that we have some very, very rich memories and connections, which makes it all the more difficult to let you go. And we're not letting you go. We remember you today and we keep you in our hearts.
Amen.
So we're very much continuing the same thread that Eliezer started. Every time we walked in your door, whether a Rosh Hashanah visit or one of our treasured Pesach Seders together, there was Eitan, the first one to greet us at the door, with a big high five and my ritual greeting back in return, Eitan buddy. There he stood, dressed in his Shabbos best, with his hand on his hip, and of course the all-important question, how do you like my suit?
A warm evening would continue. With very little coaxing, Eitan would share the challah cover he had made, or the poster outlining all of the uncanny similarities between Presidents Lincoln and Kennedy. When some of our Pesach Seder discussions were a bit long-winded, Eitan had subtle and not so subtle cues for keeping us on track. Indeed, he had important and special ways of contributing to each evening and each visit. Over the years, we have seen you, Lori, Maya, Simcha, bring out Eitan's best throughout his life and especially in the last months. Together, you and Eitan learned and shared with your friends and community the many ways to connect. Each of our visits would end the same wonderful way they began. Eitan, the ambassador, with a big smile and a great high five. He will always be our Eitan buddy.
Okay. Shaya and Ziv and Matan, you take the veil off, please.